2022. How we doing, Jake?
Oh, just fine, Brad.
Welcome to the next year of your life. I was just thinking about goals, and we were talking right before this about how we decided that we want to have a word for our podcast, a theme. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
we've never done. It's time. It's
time.
long overdue.
We've always said like, hey, we need to establish goals, specifically like a word theme.
Yeah.
Maybe like a word cloud of some sort where we have one thing in the middle and we have all these things around it.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure that out now. One thing that I suggested really quickly off the top was glow. Glow.
Yeah.
It could either be a verb, a noun, like that person's got some glow to them.
I think GLOA. That way it's also an anagram of goal.
Oh, I like
my
that.
goal? Glow.
Yeah. My glow.
Or glow up? No. Glow.
Glow. I like that.
My word could be sweater because yours looks really good.
Thank you.
I think that could be a word for the podcast.
I am a sweater. Like I feel like I have too many layers on down here, and so I am just like a sweater.
Yeah, it needs to have a double meaning.
And I'm trying to work out more, so I want to be a sweater.
I hope so.
Trying to be more of a sweater. So I'm gonna have a glow up while being a sweater.
Okay, glow sweater. This
glow
is our
sweater.
year.
Glow sweater podcast. Roll the theme music.
I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning we're taking back Ghostrunners podcast.
Ghostrunners podcast.
It is funny seeing people's they have a word for their year, or even just the New Year's captions have been just every year you see the same stuff. It's like 2021, glad I don't have to see you anymore.
Dude,
what is with the
pet peeve?
Yeah,
right?
What is with the negativity about a full year?
Yeah,
every year.
Like we'll never miss you. Like
2020 thought it couldn't get worse than this. I was wrong.
That fired me up, dude. Yeah, like it's just like is it really that bad? Are we really having that hard of a time?
And you speak so universally. Like, I think we can all agree 2021 was the worst.
The worst.
Really?
I mean, I had some fun. I went to Hawaii.
I got to see Table Rock Lake.
Yeah. Multiple times.
That's a good year.
I went swimming.
Yeah, I went swimming.
I like swimming.
Yeah, minimal sunburn this year.
Minimal burns. SPF 50 was good to me.
Yeah, it was a good year.
Yeah.
Aches and pains were down.
Yeah, yeah.
For year 30, I thought maybe it'd be worse.
You get a nice bed, it helps.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Sweet nectar. But
yes,
you see that. So you see that, and then you just see more just typical captions than normal. Like there's nothing that brings together groupthink like New Year's when it comes to Instagram captions. Like maybe 4th of July, you see some stuff like bombs away to this guy, or just like.
You're talking about people doing like punny captions?
Just like such predictable captions on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Like I played a game with some people this week, and where it was just like, I'm going to show you a picture. Everyone try to guess the caption. And we had pretty good success rate, like guessing their caption.
That's a pretty fun game, I think, any day of the week.
But the success rate is so high.
Right.
Of just like 2021 wasn't all bad. Ended up with this girl.
Here's what we should do. We should play a game where it's like we look at a picture and you write down the real caption, and then everyone else writes down like the fake caption, and everyone tries to guess what it actually is.
This is like the Jackbox TV game Fibbage.
Yes.
But this will be Instagram Fibbage.
Yes. We called it Balderdash back in the day. It was like, what's this word mean? And then everyone tried to guess.
That's what Balderdash is.
At least that's what my family did with it.
That was our version.
So
I like that. Back in the day, I played a game with a guy. We actually made a video out of it. This idea I had where I would tell you an Instagram caption, and then in real life, you have to go take a picture of what you think the caption was captioning.
But is it a real caption that?
Yeah, it's like, I saw this on Instagram today. It says, snuggled up to this cutie.
Oh, okay.
Only thing I'm missing, something that kind of gives some clues.
Like a little bit specific, but kind of vague too. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty fun.
And then you go take the picture. It was with
Wait, yeah, I watched this. Cody Rochester.
Yeah.
I watched that like kind of recently.
Why?
Like I have no idea.
I need to delete this video.
I went down like a Jake Triplet rabbit hole or something.
I'm embarrassed just thinking about that.
It was. You were so raw. Like you were just like.
Oh yeah.
And it was like 12 minutes long. Like it was so long.
No energy, probably. Way too long of a video.
Yeah. It was great. It was for what it was. It was fun idea.
Dude, speaking of that,
that's so funny that I watched that and you brought that up.
And speaking of that, juggling got brought up recently. And one thing I don't talk about too often is how if you Google or even YouTube how to juggle, a video of me comes up. It is the top result.
What?
Once a month, some random person
This
in my
one?
life will text me. No, not that one. Not that one. Once a month, Josh and I back in the day made a video because
Yeah.
we thought it'd be a good idea. I guess clearly it is. Josh is raking in the money from it. I'm not seeing a penny,
Right.
but of just like how to juggle. That's just a very Googleable thing.
Yeah.
And so we just made one. I'm sure our current subscribers were like, this is so dumb. This is so
Yeah.
boring.
Yeah, but
But it did well otherwise. Anyway, so we just made a video called How to Juggle.
and so did people like contact you about
It's
this?
got millions and millions of views. So it's like the top result now.
Dang.
But I'm just like this, just whatever, 27-year-old YouTuber at the time who shouldn't be in this video. I'm not the juggler. Why was I even in this video?
Right.
It's so all the time people were like, I just Googled how to juggle. Why am I looking at your face right now? So I get that all the time, but I've never talked about the podcast. It's so cringy because I don't want you. I don't even know what's in the video. I'm just embarrassed of what might be in the video because it's me.
Right. You don't want to watch
in
it.
the midst of like the height of my YouTube height, and
Right.
I was probably not what I am now.
You refuse to watch it? Like you
I would not want to. I'm sure it's fine. It's not like I was saying anything crazy. I'm just.
but you're just different. Like, yeah.
It was just different.
Right.
It was a
That's-
different era. So.
You're probably wearing like your N1 shorts and like
Oh yeah, definitely like maroon on red. Or probably was
With
like
your-
my outfit.
Jake used to have this hat that he wore all the time that said Big Chill 92.
Oh, there's a great chance I was wearing the hat that said
Yeah.
Big Chill 92.
What happened to that hat?
I haven't seen it in a while.
Okay.
I don't know. It's probably like in the trunk of the Camry somewhere.
You've been on a few moves since then. But
Yeah. Anyway, didn't
Well,
mean to talk about any of that stuff.
no,
but
I'm so glad you brought up the thing about 2021 was such a hard, because I had that same thought. I was like, no, I'm sorry if you had a tough year, but surely like you got to count your blessings here.
the redeemable qualities about.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. Find
there's
'em.
no way there's 365 bad days this year.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure. I had some hard times, but like we all did, but whatever. Anyway, I'm glad. you
And
brought
coming
that up.
off of 2020, it's like, hey, quite a bit better.
Yeah, we
from
can. Yeah, we've seen worse. Here.
We know how bad it can be. But
No. Well, we are in your new studio.
Yes.
Our new studio, your new house.
yeah,
My first time here.
the sweater kind of matches the walls.
Yes, it's
It's
Johnson County beige.
It's a new studio, but it's kind of a nude studio.
Yep.
Kind of a flesh-toned wall, flesh-toned sweater.
Yep.
This is the nude studio.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not like decorated or anything yet. We've kind
We'll get there.
of given some ideas to Isaac. He's got about 30 things on his plate right now, as do each of us. So we'll see.
We might be like this for a while.
We might be like this for a while,
You know.
but we want to make this nice. I think we'll probably be here a while. So
I was saying though, it's so nice that we have carpet here. 'Cause it's already so much quieter in here. We used to like the first studio that we had in Jake's basement 2 times ago. We literally found this rug, I think from Greg, your roommate, Greg.
may have been.
Hopefully, but it was white, but it was more of a nude color as well, just
Mm-hmm.
because something got, spilled all over it and it was nasty, but we used that baby and it dampened it, but it's not as nice as this carpet here.
This feels like it was made for a podcast studio. Like this is a weird shape for a bedroom. I guess it was supposed to be an office or something, but
Right.
it's
It is.
nice.
Yeah. It's a very odd shape. Like,
We're here. This is the longest we've ever gone between recording podcast episodes.
oh, easily. Yeah.
Almost 3 weeks.
Yeah. So we got a lot to talk about.
Maybe right at 3 weeks, actually.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a while.
I think
So-
the first thing I want to know, a lot of the ghosties probably want to know, you did your first paid comedy gig, stand-up comedy gig,
I
Stanbury,
am
Missouri.
a professional comedian now, baby.
How did it go? All I hear is what I know
Okay.
is Alex, Dimchek, and you and I were put in a group chat, and you said the sentence, humble beginnings. So that's all I have to go off of.
Okay. So yeah, I know that Erin Dimchek, Alex's wife, does listen to the podcast. So I'm going to be as truthful as possible. But Erin, I want you to fact check me with Alex, make sure that he would agree with all these things. So first and foremost, I came in to your house earlier and I noticed that in your backyard, you have some fence down in your backyard. And you're like, yeah, apparently there was
I
like,
love that this is going to connect to your
Yeah.
comedy performance.
you're like, apparently there was like some really bad wind the other day.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I know exactly what night that was, because that was the night that I drove from, Kansas City to Stanbury, Missouri.
How far?
It's about 2 hours.
With a tailwind or headwind?
Luckily on the way there, I wasn't getting shifted too much, but because I was going north, for the most part, but anytime I would go a little bit east or west, it would like shove my car. Like,
Really?
it was like dangerous feeling. Like it was like,
White
and
knuckling.
yeah. And so we get into town, and I don't even know the address of this place. Like I tried to look it up on my Google Maps and it wasn't coming up. And so, I called Dimchek and I'm like, hey, let's just meet at Casey's here, which is classic.
Yeah.
Like, old, small town Casey's. So we get to Casey's. He comes up to me, and this is the first time I'd ever met Dimchek in public,
Great.
or in person as well. Like, which is just funny to me because he's like, trust me enough to help me, help find a job for me. But literally, like we like shake hand, dap up, whatever, shake hands. It's as we like hit hands, the entire town just like goes black. Like
As you hit hands?
yes,
Kind of cool.
honestly. But I mean, it was crazy windy, crazy huge storms. Like there was like tornado like warnings and watches, whatever.
Okay.
I mean, and so like it was nuts. I was like, I might die tonight. Like genuinely, I thought that. I was like, because like there was no lights, in this whole town, and we get on the phone with this woman. She's like, just go, over the bridge, and we're right there. And so we get there, and I mean, it is literally like right as we get inside, it just like downpours and like wind, and I mean it's like nuts. It was like one of the crazier weather experiences I've ever had.
Gosh, nobody's gonna show up.
Well, yeah, and as I was driving, I was like, do not cancel this thing because this is my one time. And I was like, I had prepared for like days before. Pretty much like the entire day for like 3 days in a row, like practicing it, doing it, in my garage to myself, and like going to the coffee shop and making sure I have it all memorized. So I was like, that'd be such a bummer for multiple reasons. But yeah, there were supposed to be like 200 people there, and like half of them showed up, and so it's like kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a bummer on the side of like the owners as well, because they're like, we're trying to do this huge shebang. They're It's like I think it was like their 10-year anniversary of a company, and so yeah, they were kind of bummed, and so that kind of made us kind of feel like bad almost. Like
if they're bummed,
you're paying us a decent amount of money, but yet you don't feel like this is worth it. But anyway, it was a great, like the venue itself. Well, the venue itself was sweet. Like, it was like, this old cabinet shops showroom. And so it was like, just a normal, it looked like a normal place, like a normal room. I don't know. But right when I walk in, like the first thing I hear this owner, like I was anticipating, like, I know ag people, I know farmers, I have lots of experience. I went to K-State. I have lots of experience with farmers. I was in farmhouse fraternity, like all these different things.
You would always say to me, I know farmers.
I've always
dum.
Yeah,
You always say that.
I've always said that.
Uh-huh.
And so, I felt like I had a great grasp of like my audience and my clientele, and my goodness, I don't think I know it's overgeneralizing, but there's a difference between Kansas farmers and Missouri farmers. These guys, I mean, right off the bat, this guy drops some F-bombs, just like throw it. Whereas like Kansas farmers.
You were thinking wholesome farmer.
100%. Wholesome, a little bit more reserved, a little more like humble. These guys were just like, which, I mean, it shows like they're going all out for these, like this employee appreciation Christmas dinner. But like, yeah, these guys were like way more super fun and like outgoing, but they were also just like crazy, and I was like, oh wow,
okay,
I don't know if my family jokes are going to translate very well.
You guys got families? Okay, you know what a family is though, right?
Yeah.
All right.
You don't spend time with them, but you get it. Okay. They were nice people, and it was great. But yeah, there are a few things. So first of all, we had dinner beforehand, and it was a great little barbecue catered dinner, and it was just me and Dimchek sitting by ourselves talking. It's
like the photographer and the videographer at a wedding.
Yes, exactly.
It's just like everyone else knows each other. We only have each other.
And literally, I was asking like get to know you questions to Alex. I was like, so where are you? You're from Columbia, right? He's like, no, I grew up in Illinois. And I was like, oh, okay. Like literally getting
Pleasant Plains.
Pleasant Plains.
Yeah,
that's a nice name. That's a good company name, right?
Sounds like a place you would drop in Fortnite.
we drop in Pleasant Plains.
We always go Pleasant Plains.
But anyway, like, and I ask him, I go, so like, have you ever had, I love asking like, and hearing questions or hearing stories like this of like, have you ever had a time where you just absolutely bombed, like at a speaking engagement? I love hearing like the failures. And he's like, in a very like humble, like not in like a, super braggy way, but he's like, no, I mean, every time they've always said it's gone well and they really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of his night
no.
in Stanberry, he goes, well, I think I could say that I've had one kind of bad one now.
Oh no.
I mean, genuinely, like he gets up there. So we're supposed to each do 30 minutes. So, and he does like leadership, motivational speaking. So like normally talking to like corporate teams. And so he had to shift from corporate teams to like individual farmers and like basically he was trying to like basically, I don't know, motivate them to have new goals for the upcoming year is what I would say. Yes, exactly. Glows. And genuinely, I'm not even kidding. First of all, like we get up, we had a little corner stage. It wasn't elevated or anything, but it was like a corner thing. Our microphones were way too quiet.
Oh no.
Which is always a bad thing.
Yep.
And then the people that were watching us.
Actually, that hurts me.
Right?
Oh gosh,
right?
that sucks.
and he was first to go, and so like it's hard for me to like tell him like talk louder, you know, like because I'm in the back. But and then like it was. Let's just say there's all these little V's for the tables. That's where people are sitting and eating. And some people didn't even turn around to listen to him. Oy. And there was one guy in particular where like he was genuinely talking as loud as you and I are talking right now.
While I
the
was
whole
talking?
time.
Oh.
The whole time. To the point where it was like, this is incredibly awkward. Like to the point where I honestly thought like, I almost said something when I got up there. And then I was like, maybe this guy's got some issues or something. That because it was like that inconsiderate to me.
Or maybe he's the mayor of the town.
Maybe
no one wants to stand up to him.
But it was unbelievable. Let's hope this guy's not the mayor. I'll just say that. But no, it was just unbelievable to me, like that this guy is talking. And so I was like, I get up there. Alex is supposed to do 30 minutes. I think he did like 15 and got out of there. He's like, no one wants to listen to me right now. He had all these handouts so like people take notes. No one was taking notes. I was trying to take notes and like nod along to like, give him some confidence and stuff.
You were writing down goals for yourself.
Oh yeah. Oh, I still have them, Alex. Just FYI. So I get up there and honestly, like it kind of helped me like be more relaxed because I was like, well,
okay,
if it goes poorly, it's not like Alex is very successful at this.
He does this a lot.
Yeah. So if it goes poorly, it's not completely my fault. It's maybe just a tough crowd.
Yeah.
And so I get up there and I don't remember exactly what joke I was telling, but I like paused for comedic effect, you know, like not like a punchline yet, but just pausing. And no one was talking. And so I was like, okay, that's good. Like I have your attention.
I have their attention.
Yes.
That is a good sign.
But yeah, overall the night went well. I would say
well, high pitched well.
No, that's what I keep telling people. Like
good.
It went as well as I think it could. Like I don't
that's
think
great.
like, and as far as the standard goes of these people, like literally front row, this guy had a Let's Go Brandon shirt on. And so I was like, okay, here we go. The best joke of the night. I almost like, it was kind of a improvised thing.
Love it.
Stanberry, Missouri, if you go on their Wikipedia page, they don't have notable people. They have notable person. And you click on it. It's Jim Spainberry is the guy's name.
Spain.
And he was a politician, back in like the early like 60s or something like that. And I was like, anybody know old Jay Spain? Anybody related to him? You know, like whatever. And no, like it's completely dead. No one's saying anything. I was like, oh yeah, well, he was a Democrat, so that makes sense. And everyone loved that. But then there were other times where I thought like the Manny Petty joke over their head, or they just didn't like it. Either way, but they didn't love that. But
did you have some jokes that you're like, wow, like I got a good reaction to this, like I'm excited to say this again, like anything that you like?
I honestly haven't like gone through like joke by joke to remember. There were some though that I was like, it was more on the other side, like the negative side of like, oh, I thought that joke was funny, but I didn't. But then again, I like people were like not laughing hard ever. Like it wasn't, besides that one joke, it was like, but people came up to me afterwards like, I really enjoyed that. But I was like, did you?
You could have showed me by laughing.
You could have laughed harder.
How long do you think you were on stage?
I think I was up there for like 35 minutes.
No way.
Yeah. I timed myself like
that's
the whole
such
time.
a long time.
It was a very long time.
When it's not going great.
No, I mean, it went fine. Like, I'm not saying like, I think it went good. I think it went.
How'd you do like memory wise? Like reciting what you had written down?
Good. I think.
That's awesome,
yeah,
dude.
I think.
Well prepared. Does it get you excited for F12 then?
Yeah, I mean,
it
would be one of those things though. It's like I would probably write a lot of different jokes for that, you know. But no, overall it was good. I actually have already been asked to do another comedy thing.
That's right.
Did you hear about that? The tractor pull.
Was that the group text I was in?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be gone again.
But I don't think I'm gonna do that one because it's not very much money. But this guy's like, we can't offer you very much money, but if you want to come to our tractor pull and say some jokes, we can offer you and your family a nice prime rib dinner. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to drive 4 hours for a prime rib dinner, but
tractor pull. I love that part in The Office where Dwight is trying to seduce Donna or whatever. He's like, an exercise for two people that involves the whole body. She's like, okay, I see where you're going. Tractor pull.
Which I think I learned about that from you, maybe tractor pull. Maybe on the podcast we talked about it one time.
Really? It's
basically when you literally people like race, like hauling tractors with their bodies.
Yeah. Aren't they against each other? One's trying to pull the other.
Oh, I don't know.
Is it? I've always imagined
Have you not been to one?
No, I just know it's incredibly loud, and I've always imagined it being tractor tug of war.
Oh wow!
One tractor is trying to pull against the other one.
Oh, it's people in
like back-to-back tractors.
Yeah. I thought that
humans trying to pull. I mean, I don't know if mine's right, but it's definitely not like.
No, you got to be right.
Like
you gotta
20
be right.
kindergartners versus an adult. Like, who can pull the tractor further? Tractor pull.
So anyway, yeah. Overall, it was a good night. I mean, on the way back, like I thought I was gonna get blown off the road again. Like it was just I can't emphasize how crazy of the weather. The weather just affected everything so much. But because of that, I think they might do another event because they're like, well, half of our people weren't able to come because like they're close enough to Iowa, and it's like farmers, you know, they don't live all in the town, obviously, and so like people were having to drive like an hour and a half to get there, and so they're like, yeah, we can't come, we can't make it. So, but yeah, overall it was a fun time, and it was humble beginnings. It was like, here we go. Like
that's pretty memorable. Like first time doing it.
Absolutely.
Like I thought a tornado was going to blow me over.
Yeah.
The electricity in the entire town went out. A guy wouldn't turn around. You know, that's pretty memorable. That's great.
Oh man, it was awesome. So anyway, it was fun, and hopefully Dimcheck and I will meet again and do it again. So
Dimcheck, that just reminds me. I learned recently, maybe from Alex text. Where did I see this? Anyway, a guy that was also in Alex's wedding with me is now the Bachelor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I guess I don't remember meeting him. I'm sure we did, obviously, either between the bachelor party or the entire wedding day. We were next to each other. We were in a groomsman room all day long. But now he's the Bachelor.
Talk about glow up.
So glow up.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that.
Okay.
Probably great guy.
That's fun. I like that.
Just a little factoid.
What's his connection to him? Mizzou?
I'm guessing Mizzou football.
Okay.
We're not real close.
Here's a fun. We're talking celebrities. Let's talk celebrities.
Let's talk celebrities.
Now it's kind of come out at this point, I think. But Ben Rector recently.
Snoop Dogg.
Okay. Yes. So my cousin is really close friends with Ben Rector, and he told me, he's like, yeah. So Ben did something with Snoop Dogg recently, and Snoop Dogg. I think this is the most gangster thing I've ever heard in my life. Snoop Dogg said, you can either pay me $200,000 cash or $500,000 like normal, like a check or something. And so Ben literally brought a bag of $200,000 cash.
That's how much a Snoop Dogg feature costs?
Yeah, I think so, for like a day. But I think it's like so gangster that he's just like, I want cash.
Wow.
Like how...
I can't get over I hope Ben makes it back.
Yeah.
I hope...
And maybe I could be wrong on... I think it was something around those lines. I don't know. But it was like way different if you just pay in cash. Which is just like classic. Like
who cares? Yeah, just take a wire transfer, Snoop.
Well, but Snoop's he's paying off other people with that cash under the table, is what I'm saying. I just think it's crazy.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I saw Ben's like album, track list or whatever the other day, and I was like, Snoop Dogg.
And Kenny G, I think.
Yeah, Kenny G. And also the album artwork of like, am I supposed to know who this red character is?
It's from it's like Jim Henson, you know who that is?
No.
He's like, he did the Muppets.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like one of his characters or something.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't really know either. I kind of had to look into it.
Cool. Hey, Ben, if you're listening,
he
props.
does. He's definitely listening.
That's cool that you got Snoop on a song.
Ben does follow your boy at your boy Josh 55, and so he'll like comment every once in a while.
No way.
Like
that's pretty funny.
Your boy Josh literally he had a post for New Year's, and he's like, "Hey everyone, it's your boy Josh here, and I just want to say Happy New Year's, and yeah." That's about it.
kind of out of breath.
Yeah, and it's just amazing how he's like maybe I should say something else. He's like, no, that's all I have to say.
That's
is
probably
literally
good.
Happy New Year's. So,
anyway. You want to talk celebs? Let's talk celebs.
Let's talk celebs.
I have two things that I just thought of.
Okay.
One, I went on a comedy cruise for New Year's Eve. I was down in Bradenton, Florida, like
comedy cruise,
Anna Maria Island.
Just like a one night, like not even one night.
Yeah, a tiny. I mean, I think it's a cruise ship. Somewhere between.
Is it like in The Office, that kind of ship?
Yes, like a booze cruise.
Okay.
Shaped, typed, sized. Size is the word I want.
Okay.
And it's just like an hour and a half long of just like local comedians, and it was a good mix. I wanted it to be just like open mic style, just awkward, and that's how funny it is.
Okay.
The host looked like, I don't know, he was like a greasy haired like gas station attendant.
Okay.
And he ended up being the funniest one of all of them. He was great.
Really?
He didn't get much time, but he was great. Drew.
Interesting. Okay.
The other people, all over the world. There was this woman. I actually have a video of her. Maybe I could play it. I'll play it later.
Okay.
I don't know what her shtick was. I don't know if it was even comedy. And then the next guy was named Dick from New Jersey, and he was one of the raunchier people I've ever heard. And it was it was nothing but old people on this boat. It's like very much a retirement community.
Was there any old people that liked it?
No.
Okay.
There was one guy in an orange shirt
terrible.
to the left who he had to be related to Dick because there's no way you could think that was funny. And then the last guy who went was 71, and he knows his audience because he just pandered so hard to these old people.
Oh, really?
There was like a 5-minute span where he just preached about the younger generation. They don't know how to do things these days. People literally said amen to him.
Oh,
they were
wow.
not even laughing anymore. They said, amen. Amen.
So it's just you and a bunch of old people there?
Yeah.
Listen to these comedians?
Yeah. It was very interesting. Yeah. The preaching.
Is it one of those things where once you've done comedy enough, like even if the people like, obviously they weren't like terrible. It sounds like they were professional.
He did good for his audience. He did great.
But is it one of those things where if as a musician, quote unquote, like as a worship leader, anytime people are leading worship, I want to like give them, I want to take notes, basically, like not literally, but like I want to respect them when they're up there. Even if you're like, this comedian is not very good, you're like, I know what it's like to be up there.
Yeah, I had that thought. I was like, oh, it's very well lit in here. That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Or this, that's too bad.
Right.
Like, this person's not paying attention, whatever.
Right. Like, so it's like, I want to respect him, as he's up there, because I know how hard it is up there.
And at the same time, I also wanted afterwards to affirm, like, Drew, the guy.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be like, hey, from a fellow comedian, you did great. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. But I want him to, whatever.
No,
so.
I will do that a lot. I don't say like from a fellow worship leader, but I'll go up to like the sound guys, doing the soundboard. I'll be like, hey, great mix today, guys.
Great mix today, boys.
No, seriously. Like, I'm like, because it makes a huge difference. And it's like,
and it's probably an what's that called? Unsung.
Unsung hero. Like you don't recognize them very often.
Mm-hmm.
You just think like, oh, it's the people up front, whatever. So it's like, hey, great segue there, man. I don't know what you would say.
Yeah.
But,
I'm trying to think of jokes that the old guy told that people were loving, and everyone I was with, we were like, what? Is this an old person thing? What was it?
Like you couldn't even understand the joke?
Yeah, because most of them I was like, dang, this isn't funny to me. But the old people around me are loving it. So, hey, good for you.
Yeah.
But there were a couple that was like, what did he say? He's like, there's one time I had to take woodshop class. They had me make a bird cage. That was the day I learned to put a hole in front of the bird cage.
That was the joke?
Yeah. That one not a lot of people laughed about. I don't even get it. Yeah, I don't know what that one meant. There was another one. He was talking about, this was like almost right after that. He's like, then I go out to the garage, right? And you got the pegboards. You put up your tools. You draw around the tools so you know where everything goes, where everything looks. My wife said, honey, can I use your hammer? I got to nail something in. I said, honey, not that hammer. That's the show hammer. People lost it at that. I do not know what that means. I mean, that was like one of his biggest laughs of the night. That's my show hammer.
I mean,
anyway, this was the guy who was really good. So.
That's amazing. Because I'm thinking like, okay, maybe they just are laughing because it's like, yeah, you have one hammer that doesn't
just
get
for
used,
show.
But that's not hilarious.
I don't know. Anyway, here's the video. Hopefully this plays of. It's not like I took 10 different videos and this is the one where she's the least funny. It's like I chose a 50-second portion to record and this is it.
Okay,
let's play it and see how it sounds.
Answering them incorrectly for where they are in their life. So I told them, okay, I'll tell you the secret. Huddle up. Everybody come real close. Come up real close, y'all. Here's the secret. I wait till around midnight, and then I strip down buck naked. And I go out behind the house to the pond, and I run around that sucker 13 times, swinging a chicken over my head. And oh my God, then they get so excited. They're like, woo-hoo! They start taking notes. They're like, oh, slow down. Now, do I have to go at midnight or can I go a little earlier? Do I have to be buck naked or can I wear flip-flops? Now, is that a live chicken or can I get that sucker at Publix? That's why I love people. I love people, but of course the person I love the most in this world is my beloved Bob. But like I said, if you're married or been in a
A little sympathy laugh for me at the end. But like, I don't even know, like, where was I supposed to laugh there? Or what?
But at the end, did like people know that the answer was Wob or whatever?
She had said earlier that her husband Bob's here.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
I don't even know what the joke is. So she was great. We saw her and Bob afterwards in the parking lot. It was awesome.
Buck naked with the chicken
It was swinging around my head 13 times. I said, can I go at midnight or can I go at 11:30?
What a weird.
It was awesome. It was awesome. It was great.
You're like, this is my future.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
I want to be on a comedy cruise
here
in Florida someday.
Oh, man.
Did you do anything for New Year's Eve?
Not really. We were originally going to go hang out with my sister and her, like, whatever. We've just had a lot of sickness in our family. And so my mom was not feeling good the night before. So we're like, maybe we should just chill for a second.
Gotcha.
So we had Peter and Sophie over and we just hung out.
Fun.
And yeah, got some Bluebell ice cream.
Fun.
Yeah. Stayed up till 11. We stayed up till midnight, but they left around 11. So It's a good time.
Nice.
Nothing crazy. We played Monopoly Deal. You ever heard of that? Played
It's
it?
like with cards, right?
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Is
I got
it?
it for stocking stuffer.
Stocking stuffer.
So, but yeah, nothing crazy. Nothing like that. Did you stay there until
I mean,
midnight?
that was from 6 to 7:30. So yeah, we had a lot of
old
night ahead of
people,
me
yeah.
afterwards. I turned on at 11:58. I turned on like Pete Davidson and Miley Cyrus's whatever
Yes,
New Year's
yes.
thing. I really enjoyed just those like 3 minutes I had it on. It
Oh,
was so
really?
casual. Because like we had it on like the Times Square one or whatever, and it's just so just like cookie cutter. It's like I wish you guys could be here. You can feel the energy down here.
But wasn't the
It
Times
is
Square?
so
They didn't even
fun.
have people there, did they?
Yeah, I think so. I saw it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It looked normal.
Oh, when I watched it for 5 minutes, there was like no one in the background.
Oh,
I was
weird.
Like, it's like New York was like shut down or something.
Oh.
And so, but they went to like New Orleans and they had people. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, but
Either
the Pete
way,
Davidson
then
one
I
was
went to
good.
the Pete Davidson one, and he's just in a t-shirt, just like walking around, and it's 11:58, and he's just like, "What's going on? What are your guys' names?" And he's just like talking to people, and it's like clearly live because it's not that funny or anything.
Right.
And then he's like, "Oh, you're related to the guy performing tonight." No way. Okay, I didn't even know that. These people, they don't tell me anything. They just send me out here. I don't know what's going on. And it
He
was
got
just
paid
really
so much money to be
yeah.
there. Like,
And then he was just like, all right, it's about midnight. I guess I'll head back to the stage now. And he's like, you guys want to start counting down soon? Or, all right, let's just do it now. 17, 16. It was I enjoyed so much.
Really?
How casual it was.
that's funny because I started watching that one and like when he started going down into like the audience, I was like, this is terrible. Like I did not enjoy it.
I mean, maybe if I watched it for anything longer than 2 minutes, I would have been bored. But I was like, for it being 11:58, he was just like, all right, it's almost midnight.
Because he literally, like, when I watched him go down to the stage, he goes, I'm going to kill some time. I think they have a few more minutes before Miley's coming back out or something.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, whatever. None of them are that good anymore. But,
Yeah, pretty low standard for him.
But yeah, we had Sloan come to our house. Did I tell you?
Sloan Dog Millionaire.
Did we talk about that on the
No.
podcast 5 weeks ago? So we were having Sloan come with us or come to our house, and then we were going to take her back with us when we went to Texas. And while Sloan was eating at our house, we were talking about, I don't know, I was saying something like, Hattie, the Chiefs play this Sunday, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know exactly what, like the Chiefs are red, whatever. And Sloan goes, well, I don't like red. My favorite color is purple. And the proudest moment of my dad's life, Hattie goes, well, if you like the color purple, then you should root for the Vikings.
Whoa.
I'm like, wait a second. Then I just quizzed her. I was like, what color are the Lions? She's like, blue.
What?
She like knows them all
Where from?
because she watches Red Zone with me. And,
Well,
like-
Red Zone, obviously.
and Red Zone, they switch teams like every
And
2
she
minutes.
is taking in that information somehow.
And she'll go, which teams are these? And I'll say, that's the Bills and the Dolphins. She says, I want the Dolphins to win. And then it'll switch again. What teams are these? She likes the Buccaneers a lot, which don't want to break it to her. But
I was just talking about this yesterday. I was in the Tampa airport, and I was like, when I was a kid, we went on some sort of, my dad had a work trip in Tampa, and I remember being like 4 years old, driving past the Raymond James Stadium,
Yeah.
and there was a huge pirate
Oh,
ship,
yeah.
and I was like, that's awesome.
yeah.
That looks like a toy.
Do they still have that?
I think so.
I think they do too. Yeah, that is pretty sweet.
So I don't blame her for liking the Bucks.
Yeah, if she saw that, she'd really be in on it. She
Did
just
you
likes
s-
that they're pirates.
Did you see how close they were to losing to the Jets today?
They didn't lose?
They end up, Tom
Oh.
Brady, 50 seconds left, no timeouts, drove all the way down
Did
the
you see
field.
what happened to Antonio Brown?
Yes.
That was I didn't see that till later. Like it was muted, so I didn't really hear what was going on. I saw him. I was like, oh man, he like left.
He got
the team.
ejected.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what I
I
thought.
was like, oh, he left the team in the warm-ups or something. That's crazy. And then they show him like in the end zone. It says 24-10. I'm like, this is halfway through the game. He just left.
We talked about Antonio Brown on this podcast 2 years ago
Yes.
because he was creating such a distraction. He was on the Raiders. First, he wouldn't show up because his helmet didn't fit.
He was complaining about the new helmet.
They made him wear a new helmet, and
Yeah.
he's through such a hissy fit, like a
Yes.
toddler. He's like, I'm not coming then. And then in his time not with the team, he gave himself frostbite on his foot from like a cryotherapy tank.
Yes.
And just all this other stuff went wrong.
Yes.
Such a drama queen. He's finally, and
He's wild. He was one that. Did you hear about the fish in his freezer?
what?
Dude,
I thought you were going to say the fake vaccine card.
well, that's
'cause
crazy
he did that too.
And the reason that he like got outed is because like the chef or somebody he didn't pay the chef.
Wait, hold on.
That's who leaked the story.
No, what? I don't even know the story. What happened?
So like he faked that he got vaccinated with a fake vaccine card.
Yeah.
And I think it was his private chef. Like he didn't pay him, and so the private chef like out of vindication was like, okay, well, I'm gonna
He
tell
has a fake
people.
vaccine
Yeah,
card.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But then there's this other story, and I should look it up to like maybe you could look it up real quick. Just look up like Antonio Brown fish head freezer or something like that. I'm pretty sure he thought that like I think his chef like cut off one of the fish heads and put it in his freezer, and he thought that was like a threat of like
Like it was some mobster.
yeah, it was
thing.
like something from The Godfather or something. So I think he like fired his chef for that too.
So the Raiders star was absent. So this is from 2019 for most of training camp as he dealt with the frostbitten feet and a helmet issue. But wait, there's more. Brown is being sued by celebrity chef, whatever, over an unpaid $38,000 bill that he cooked from 2018.
Yeah, I think whatever. From what I understand, the guy cut off this fish head and put it in the freezer.
Yeah. Tedeschi told TMZ that after he cooked an elaborate salmon meal for Brown's party, he put the salmon head in the freezer to make stock with the next day. Apparently, Brown and his crew had been watching Goodfellas that night because Tedeschi said someone from the Browns crew found the fish head and thought it was a mob threat. So Brown fired him and wouldn't let him retrieve his things.
That's amazing.
So
he's a little wild.
Tedeschi initially thought it was a joke, but they were dead serious. I said, who could have possibly misunderstood a fish head in the freezer? Tell me, what person with intelligence could have misplaced a fish head for some mob horse head?
It's like where do we really live in 1920s New York?
Yeah.
Al Capone style or something, but
I talked to a guy on stage. I don't know what show that was a few weeks ago, but I was talking to him and he already had an Italian accent. His name was like Antonio, and I asked him what he did, and he said, I work in like insurance. And I was like, what kind of insurance? He said, life insurance. And I was like, geez, this guy like for sure works for the mafia.
I work in sanitation. It's like, okay.
Anyway,
you take out the garbage.
Antonio Brown, he's on a good team. Last week he had like 10 catches for 100 yards. He's getting the ball. He's got Tom Brady throwing to him in the middle of the game. Just quit. That's all we know right now.
That's all we know. And
something will probably come out tomorrow.
And the coach said like he's off the team. Like he's done.
Oh, I'm sure. He's probably.
So do we take him on the Chiefs?
Do we take him as part of the Ghostrunners podcast? Glow Sweater podcast.
Antone Sweater podcast. Why not, dude?
How did we get to Antonio Brown? What were we talking about? Oh, I asked about Tom Brady, Raymond James, Tampa, Buccaneers, Hattie. Yeah, the way I would have learned colors, and I think the way I did learn, is I think I had a eating like placemat that had all the helmets on it.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
that was nice and visual. But Hattie's just picking up so easily.
Oh, I had posters back in the day that had them all on there. Oh yeah, all these different things. But I was so surprised and proud of like, holy cow, like you know this stuff, and so she's getting into it. We also went to Hattie's first in-person movie theater experience at Union Station the other day.
Wow.
We went to see Polar Express.
Take that, Omicron.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was so much fun. It was classic. Like, luckily there was only like 10 people in the theater. It was like 3 o'clock on a Monday.
Cool.
Which Catherine had jury duty right before that. And
oh yeah. She got her mom have jury duty the same day.
Yes.
What happened?
Isn't that crazy?
Talk about a queen.
I have no idea. I was like, that sounds like some kind of elaborate thing from the mob to like, get your house.
Different last names, different states.
Right. And they both got appointed for jury duty that same time. But Catherine's like, was like so positive she was going to get out of it because she had kids. And they're like, no, it doesn't matter. You still have to stay here. And
I was giving her tips.
Yeah, I was like, Catherine, just say like...
walk in and say a racial slur right off the bat.
Say you think that person looks like Charles Barkley and you don't like Charles Barkley very much. Or, whatever. Yeah. But somehow she didn't get picked, so she was able to go to Polar Express with us. But it was classic. Like, there's 10 people in the theater, but Hattie, anytime she had a question, just like talk so loud.
Yeah.
She's like, what's going on with this? And it's like super quiet in the theater. Like, shh, you can't talk too loud. But we went there, and then we went to Fritz's, which is like this place in Union Station where they deliver all your food on these trains.
The train. Oh, that video of her was awesome.
Oh, where she like went like
she's rubbing her hands together.
Yes.
I can't believe you captured that.
Oh, it's like the most mediocre food, but it was such a fun time with her. So that was a fun experience. And then we, had Sloan come, and then once Sloan was there for like 2 days, Catherine, Hattie, and I all got like a stomach bug and like throwing up, and it was just like the worst time ever. And so that was kind of like the start of like, oh man, like Christmas is kind of kicking me in the tail here a little bit.
Yikes.
Luckily we're feeling better now and everything, but
that's good.
Still not amazing, but better. So
thanks for being here. Thanks for recording.
Oh yeah, of course.
Earlier when you said Stanberry on Wikipedia, it made me think, I wonder, I've never looked up what Stratford has on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So I looked it up like 15 minutes ago and forgot. I've never heard this. I guess this is true. According to Ripley's Believe It or Not, Stratford, Missouri is the only town in the United States with 2 main streets and no back alleys.
Can you think of anything to disagree with that?
No.
According to Ripley's Believe It or Not, like that's such a like out of all places to like, like, hey, let's focus on this place with 2 main streets and no back alleys, huh? That's none of your friends had alleys though.
the road to the north was the main street until Route 66 was built between the backs of the businesses and the railroad. The owners simply built new entrances, giving them 2 front doors.
Really?
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, there's no out. Yeah, I guess.
That's funny.
I can't believe it's the only one.
Your dad's going to be like, yeah, of course I knew that.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
dude. We're all over the place, this podcast, but whatever. It's fine. Went to the KU game on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear about this?
Well, my sister's boyfriend,
Yeah.
Logan Cleaver, and that random person who took a picture of you.
Yes. Yes, that was crazy. No, the sister's boyfriend thing was really weird.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to talk about because I was thinking of your dad and whatever, Caitlin. I'm like looking up to try to find where my cousin and uncle are sitting, and all of a
Cousin
sudden,
who knows Ben Rector?
cousin who knows Ben Richter. Yeah, shout out Joel.
What up, Joel?
All of a sudden, there's Braden. Right, is his name?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know how many feet, 1,000 feet away, like super far away, like 5-6 sections away.
All of a sudden, there he is, 1,000 feet away.
But like, it was just the weirdest feeling of like recognizing someone from that far away.
Was he looking at you too?
No.
Oh, okay. You
That
just
would
knew it
be
was
wild.
him.
But I like zoomed in on him and like took a picture, and he was sitting next to another girl, not your sister.
Oh,
But I
it
was hoping
his
it was your
sister.
So I was like, is that Braden? Is he at a KU game? So, but yeah, later on that night, I get back, home, and I'm looking at our Ghostrunners messages, and somebody posted like found half of the Ghostrunners podcast or something like that. And I'm like,
Just
what?
a candid shot of you walking up the stairs. You're not even looking at them.
Honestly, it was kind of jarring of like,
Yeah.
how often do people see me in public and just not say anything and just watch me?
Hey, you look good though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, always. But like, I'm like, did that person watch me the entire game? Like every single time I reacted?
And they never got the nerve to say something.
Yeah.
At least give a quick top off Rachel. A quick, hey,
Quick-
Brad.
Yeah. Hey,
and then
Brad,
get out
that's
of
the
there.
first grade. Yeah. As you're walking to
And
your
then keep
concessions
walking.
or something.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh, yeah. I was just a weird feeling. So, yeah. And the Cleavers were there. It was just a fun time. So,
Yeah. That's great. Talk about celebs.
Talk about celebs.
You're
Yeah.
the celeb.
Well, let's talk about one more celeb.
Let's talk about celebs.
Christmas Eve service. We go down to Watermark in Dallas.
Oh, I was jealous that you were there. I saw that.
Yeah, it was fun. A few different ghosties were like, no way, we go there too, but we're not there right now. Then we get done with the service. It was great. It was like classic, like Watermark, like mega church, like very produced, like very well done.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was
It's
like,
awesome.
like, yeah, sensory overload, but like, they did a great job with it. Great sound mix, make sure that
Hey,
soundboard.
hey, boys, good mix
Hey boys,
tonight.
good mix. Oh yeah, Christ is born. Emmanuel, good mix.
I heard every word,
Yeah, exactly. Very well.
even the bass guitar.
That's right.
I heard it.
Oh, I could tell.
Yeah.
I could even hear the piano, amidst the heavy bass times. But we're out in the lobby, like waiting for, her sister to get there or whatever. And this woman comes up. She's like, "Are you from YouTube Jean Shorts?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And you should have seen like my in-laws like thought it was the greatest thing. Like we're laughing, like kind of like making fun of me, but at the same time, like this woman's like, she's like, "Me and my kids, you guys are on our TV pretty much all the time.
Wow.
Like we're watching you all the time. My youngest daughter is gonna be so upset that you're here."
Is that? That's
She's
so
like,
cool.
she's like, "I didn't realize you were from Texas." And I was like, "I'm not,
I'm on
whatever."
tour right now.
Yeah, right.
I'm reviewing different soundboards.
So we were taking a picture at church and everything.
She went full pick.
Oh yeah,
She asked for one.
because it was her and her 2 kids.
Dude, that's awesome.
And yeah, it was just so fun and so funny. Like, because then we got back to so we were in Dallas for this church, service, and then we went back to Sherman, which is like 45 minutes away. And some of our family didn't go, and they're like, "Oh, did people know you or something?" And I was like, "Actually, yeah, people did recognize me." So, just left and right, man. I
Dude,
tell you what.
That reminds me. This isn't that great of a story. I didn't even write it down to talk about, but I'm trying to leave the Kansas City airport, and I parked in economy parking. Shuttle bus has not come in a while. I'm starting to get a little nervous. Like, does it come all the way in the back? So then now I'm doing a little jog because it's cold. I got golf clubs in one hand, suitcase in the other. Not a very pretty looking jog.
No,
I finally get to like where I see
like different weights, and so you're kind of like
one
shuffling
rolls
hard.
differently than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finally get to this like shuttle area where I see other people. So I'm like, great.
Okay.
We can wait together. I get there. And then the husband immediately is like, snaps at me, points his finger, and he goes, you were in Graceland. I know you from Graceland. And
No way. In Kansas City?
yeah, this is Kansas City Airport, economy parking lot. And the first thing that came to mind, I wasn't really thinking, but I was like, oh, my dad, like my family and I were just talking about that yesterday, that we went, this is probably not what you're talking about, but yeah, I went to Graceland when I was in 7th grade. And he's like, no.
That's how you responded?
No, hold on.
Oh, yeah, probably from 7th grade.
No,
Right?
I think I said this is probably not what you're talking about, but funny you bring that up. I was just talking about Graceland. Anyway, he was like, no, I recognize you from Graceland. And I was like, oh, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. Yeah, I was in Graceland. I was in Memphis, I think Graceland specifically. And he was like, awesome. Yeah, no, I was there. I was like, you were at the comedy show. And he goes, no.
What?
I was like, I went golfing when I was there, but that was like in Mississippi. Like that was some city nearby. And he's like, I don't golf. And then the wife's getting in on it. Oh, and then I think even before that,
This guy's so confident though.
Yeah. No, I saw you in Graceland. As soon as I get there, the shuttle pulls up. I'm like, "Ooh, thank goodness I ran here." Like that was so great.
Yeah.
So we get on the bus. They can't figure out how they know me. I'm like, "Oh well, I'm thinking I'm getting recognized. This guy has no clue." We get on the very packed shuttle bus. I can't put my bags in. We're having to hold golf clubs, hold my suitcase. No time to hang on. I kind of fell into the other people. Anyway, I just got done running, so I'm very warm. I get in the bus now, very hot already.
Yeah.
To make things hotter, this guy, he is sitting, I'm standing, we're far apart. He's not willing to let it go. He then yells at me through his mask, "What else did you do when you were in Graceland?" And so then I have to yell back. Like basically he was asking questions that don't have a very humble answer. And it made me so uncomfortable and just so hot. What else did you do? Mainly just the comedy show.
Yeah.
We were only there one night. Do you do a lot of shows in Graceland? No, we go to several other cities.
It's gonna be like 100 by the time we're done.
And then the wife is getting in on it. Like, we've been meaning to go to a comedy show. Do you have any you'd recommend in Graceland? No.
They're like so fixated on Graceland.
Yeah, I'm like
I don't stop with Graceland.
They're like 18 hours. Oh, but it was just so interesting. It was like he was so convinced he saw me in not just Memphis, but a specific suburb of Memphis that I have been in recently. But they swore up and down, no, we haven't been to a comedy show in years. So I don't know.
That's wild.
Never got to the bottom of that one.
Was he weird? Like that's a weird thing.
Looked normal, seemed normal, acted normal. Except, the yelling on the bus was a little weird.
But that's just a weird thing to be like, I know you from Graceland, but I don't know where. But wait, Graceland's a city?
I think it has become a city. Like
Oh,
I think
really?
it's Elvis's birthplace. Or no, Elvis is born in Tupelo. Elvis's mansion is in Graceland.
I just thought Graceland was the name of the mansion.
Ah,
But you're making it sound like maybe it's a suburb of Memphis.
I think it's its own city now.
Okay, so maybe that's a little more like, yeah.
Either way, it was just
What
once
a
again
weird
getting so
encounter.
excited that I'm gonna get recognized.
Here we go.
And then my nose is getting rubbed in it.
Right.
Like, you like that? Now you have to endure this conversation.
I went to church today, and this guy was like, Brad? And I did not recognize him at all. And I was like, oh, man, here we go again. And it turns out it was a youth group kid that I just had gone to college and has long hair and a mustache now. And so I was like, okay.
Here we go again.
So I was like, oh, man, I got to stop. You got to stop thinking that way.
It is tough. What else do I want to talk about? I got a lot of stuff written down. I mean, it's been 3 weeks. So much has happened. I mean, I did 6 comedy shows, and I haven't even talked about those. I saw the I'm Down Boyz. Haven't even talked about that yet.
Yeah, so you went to Michigan.
I don't even know what to say.
You were basically all over Michigan and then Minnesota,
and
right?
I spent a week at home with my family for Christmas. There's so much.
Start.
Minneapolis twice, Grand Rapids, and then 3 shows in Detroit, which was fun. So
3 shows, okay.
Yeah, made plenty of jokes at the Lions' expense or
Of
at the
course.
automotive industry. I tried to make a little innuendo with the word dipstick, and I don't know if that really landed. I remember that. Let's see.
They didn't love dipstick, huh?
No, they didn't. I'm trying to think what else.
Did the I'm Down Boys go to any of the shows?
No, not that I know of.
Okay.
But got to see him. I texted Clint the day, me and my friends were going to go up to northern Michigan to kind of the Traverse City area, but didn't know if we were going to ski or not, if there'd be snow. Well, it's snowing as we're driving up there. So I texted Clint hey, I think we're going to ski if you want to join or whatever. And so he's like, great, we'll be there. Mm-hmm. And I get there and all 7, or I think almost all of them are all already there. And so it's afterwards I learned that they were not planning on skiing. I maybe got that impression. I was maybe they were going to do this anyway. And that's why they were already here. But I don't know if they had plans or what, but they were all there. They all made time to ski. I got to meet all of them. I wish so bad they could hang out with more of them or for a longer amount of time, but they were so great.
I mean, they're the I'm Down Boys.
Yeah, they were awesome.
They were down. They were down to ski.
Yeah, and that was what they were saying. We're just down. I was like, that totally makes sense.
Dude,
but
that's awesome.
They were all so great. Got to talk to all of them. The unofficial member was Cam's little brother. He was in the mix.
Okay.
Or maybe he's official. Sorry. I don't think you're not the same age.
Yeah. How do you get inaugurated into the I'm Down Boys?
Yeah, I don't know.
Next generation. I'm Down Boys 2.0.
Yeah, maybe. But Yeah, they're great. Skiing's kind of a hard time to talk to people,
Right.
so we tried to just get to know them up on the ski lifts and different stuff. But
Yeah.
really fun skiing in Michigan. Clint is by far the best skier I've ever been around.
Really?
I feel like I've been around some skiers. Yeah.
Like what constitutes a good skier? Just like
Smoothness.
Yeah.
Ability to do tricks while not even skiing.
what kind of tricks you do?
He could do something called the push-up.
What is that?
It's where you bend your skis a lot and go down on the ground and do a push-up and then push yourself back up while still wearing skis.
And going downhill at the time? Like
No,
moving?
just static,
oh,
stationary.
Oh wow.
He was just doing stuff I've never seen anybody do.
Can he ollie? Can he do a Benihana? Can he do a kickflip?
Can you do a Command P?
Yeah.
That one's tough.
Can he?
Can you do lefty loosey?
Uh-huh.
What about the righty tighty?
Yeah.
Anyway, it was just awesome. I wish so much that I got more time with them because I did, like I said, I just didn't fully realize like, oh, I think they all like are here to hang out with me, and I don't know if I fully gave them all of the attention I could have. I just the people pleaser in me was like, dang, maybe I could have made that better. I don't know. It was still really fun, but
So Traverse City has like legit mountains. Like
no,
okay.
hills. They have hills.
Is it like a Snow Creek kind of thing?
Somewhere between Snow Creek. Oh.
Snow Creek is like a thing in Kansas City that's like manufactured mountains, like with manufactured snow.
I mean, they had like a couple black diamond runs. They just
Yeah.
don't last very long, but they
Okay.
have some steep stuff. So,
Okay. So I was like, I did not know Michigan
I
had
would not have
mountains.
expected that either.
Yeah.
I forgot. I did check my notes. I did get recognized in the last 3 weeks. Once. Charles in the Lululemon pop-up shop in Traverse City.
Oh baby,
It was kind of fun because
you're loving those pop-up shops.
I love the pop-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was really great. He was really cool. He was just like, man. That's all I said for a while, shaking his head. I've seen a lot of videos with you in them, man. And I was just like, oh, hey, how's it going, man? And anyway, he was really great. It was a good time talking to him.
I had a guy that like worked with my sister back in the day that were friends on Facebook and stuff. Message me like a link to our passive aggressive Christmas gifts video on Jean Shorts, like Instagram.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, this guy looks so much like you.
What? Dude.
And I responded back, I'm like, that is me. He's like, no way. He's like, it was on my explore page. I had no
Really?
idea. And I was like, yeah.
It's cool to
that's
see
me.
the Jean Shorts videos taken off recently.
Are they? I mean, well, yeah, the ones on YouTube. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It was
That's
crazy. Like,
Yeah.
it was like #1, and then it was like #1 again, #1 again.
We posted 3 videos in a row that outperformed the one before it.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was really fun.
Glad people like the Starbucks husband video so much.
Yeah.
Really glad that we kind of revised it to what it became. And
Yeah, it was rough at first. I was like, that's not what I was thinking it was going to be.
you did such a good job too, because I couldn't put my finger on it, but you did a good job, and it's better now.
Thanks. Yeah, that was fun. What do we got some still in the hopper that we're gonna
Do we? I couldn't
release?
remember.
We have restaurants. Remember we recorded that one a long time ago.
So long ago.
And then I have another Conservative Dad Part 2,
Oh yeah,
which I think is funnier than Conservative Dad Part 1.
the frat roll call. That's another one.
Yeah,
That's in the hopper.
Did you have to edit that?
No, I've been out of town. I haven't had Wi-Fi good enough to download it. Derek's like 4K raw footage. It
Because
takes a while.
whenever, because I think we were like divvying up like the editing stuff since we were posting so much, and they were like, I think Trey or Jake, you were gonna edit it, and I was like, that's gonna be way more confusing for you guys to
'Cause I
edit
wasn't
that.
there.
Yeah, because we literally just like, it probably took us 5 minutes to record. Like it was like a very quick like.
Oh, cool.
But it was like just like.
All over the
But
place.
then after we recorded one thing, we recorded audio to like put in there
Oh, boy.
later and whatever. So anyway, we'll see. That one could absolutely flop. Like I'm kind of confident it might, but we'll see. But yeah, man. What else
I got a lot of other stuff. I'm an
me.
Apple Watch guy.
Yeah, you are.
I love my heartbeat. It's the only app I care about. I check my heart rate all the time.
Have you actually like looked at the time very much on there yet?
The time, like time of day?
Yeah.
No. Time of my heartbeat, yes.
Just
I also
yeah.
took my first EKG. Wait, I'm trying to remember what that one does now. Either way, I'm good. I'm good there.
Yeah, that was heart rate, heart stuff.
I think that, the EKG is the type of heartbeat you have. Oh, I didn't look into it beforehand. This has got a little scary. It says, everything's kind of in red font, I think because it's blood-based, but I was just like,
Oh yeah, red's
something's the
bad.
matter.
Yeah.
So it gets me my results. It takes like 30 seconds, and it's like, you have a sinus rhythm. I was like, oh, that's not good.
No, you
That-
don't want sinus.
I mean, sinus pain is
Yeah.
a good sinus allergy.
Yeah.
Sinuses.
No one ever talks about sinuses in a good way.
Yeah. So I was like,
Yeah.
why'd I ever get this thing? Turns out, I think sine is like, the prefix like singular. You have like a good, there's one heartbeat, one rhythm.
Oh, okay.
There's some other thing
Interesting.
that's like arrhythmia or whatever.
What?
So I was a little scared, but we're good. I got a good heartbeat.
Good job. What kind of like pushed you over like the edge to get an Apple Watch?
I've been with people all week who have them, and I was looking at them. I was like, that looks kind of fun.
Okay.
And it is already working. Like I already want to be more fit.
Really?
You can like share. There's like a competitive aspect to it. You can like share with friends. Like I just got a notification like so and so just did a workout. I'm like I want to. You burn more calories than me.
Yeah.
I want to do. I want
Watch
to do that.
this.
And I've seen how much I stand. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I also the new watches you could do you could test your blood oxygen levels, which
How?
I don't buy it.
Yeah.
I looked at it. It's like it measures the amount of hemoglobin in your blood.
How?
Most humans are between 94 and 100%. I got 96.
So you're right
A
there,
plus.
baby. Yeah.
So I don't know. This thing of metal outside of my skin knows how much hemoglobin is inside of my skin.
Hemoglobin.
No shot.
Huh.
So anyway, I'm
It is fun
really
to
into
see
my
you
heart
with
now.
the watch because you never wore one before.
no, unless it was at camp.
Yeah. I love it, dude.
That just a little update. Speaking of celebs,
Yeah.
we're still back.
The celebrity episode.
I have some poultry.
Okay.
This is one of the more boomer takes you're gonna hear from me.
Oh, I like it. I like Boomer already.
What are I gotta talk? What is the deal with rappers these days?
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
back in my day, it was Lil Jon,
Yeah.
Lil Wayne,
Mm-hmm. Lil Kim.
Lil Kim.
Mm-hmm.
She makes my top 5.
Lil Flip.
Lil Flip, Chingy.
Yep.
Easy,
Of
fun
course.
names.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Yeah. Who we got now?
Now,
Uh huh.
I just think the names are so wordy and so lame. I want to focus on one specifically.
Okay.
NBA Youngboy. That's like a very famous rapper's name.
Really?
And it drives me nuts. Have you heard this name before?
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
I've
pretty-
given up on rap. that you want to talk about Boomer? I'm done with rap.
Hey, let's leave this in 2021, right?
Right?
Rap music, right,
yeah.
guys?
Yeah.
Clear
I'm
skies
giving up
ahead.
on new rap. Yeah.
Anyway.
NBA Youngboy.
Pretty popular rapper.
Okay.
Every time I see his name, I get perturbed.
That's terrible.
NBA Youngboy, 1, wordy.
Yeah.
2, stupid.
Wor-
3,
Yeah.
there's a copyright in it. Can you just take someone else's copyright and have it be your trademark now? Hey,
I'll tell you you can't.
I'm Lil Applebee's. You have to call me that now.
Yo, what up? Yeah.
Yo, what up?
It's me, Big Arby's.
I'm young Home Depot.
Yeah, they call me Big Mac. Like, I don't think so. I don't think
I'm Miss Big Warby Parker.
They call me Lululemon. Like,
Lululemon drop on the track. It just doesn't
Golly.
seem fair that you can just be someone else's copyright.
NBA Youngboy.
NBA Youngboy.
That's a terrible name. That doesn't flow at all.
No.
For somebody whose literal job is to flow, NBA Youngboy. That does not go. Like,
No.
no, I don't like it. Whenever we were having the Ghostrunners basketball thing, I made a shirt that said GRKC with the NBA logo on it.
Oh, yeah.
And a couple people bought it, and then it didn't ever get printed because it was like, yeah, you can't do that. Like, Printful did not let us do it. So I'll tell you, NBA, they're strict. Is what I'm saying.
NBA Youngboy, if you're listening, look out. I don't know how you made it this far.
Yeah, Ernie Johnson's coming for you.
Cease and desist.
Yeah, Charles Barkley.
Fun rap name.
Cease and desist.
Duo. I'm cease, he's desist.
Desist. DA-CY. It's. I have a desist on my shoulder.
I have a, hey
Yeah.
Doc, can you take a look at this? I think I have a desist right back there.
Cease and desist. What up?
Dude, I was at dinner with some people a couple nights ago, and I don't know how it got started, but basically we played the game that you and I played while playing bingo several years ago,
yeah.
where we would give people bingo things and they'd have to use it in a sentence.
Yeah.
It was so fun. It was so just like a fun improv game.
Would you were specifically doing it with bingo?
Yeah,
then?
only
You were-
bingo things.
Oh,
And the
nice.
numbers aligned too, so it's like I-18,
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
B10, have fun.
Oh, that was a fun time.
Oh, it's a good time. So anyway, NBA Youngboy, silly.
Silly.
That's just silly.
How are your parents and your sister doing back in Stratford?
Oh, they're great.
Yeah.
Good times. This was the first time ever that any one of the kids, me, Caitlin, or cousin Steve-O,
Yeah.
that have like not been there on Christmas morning.
Who was it?
My sister with old KU Braden
Braden.
was up visiting his family, and so she didn't get there till like Christmas afternoon. And so we shamed her so hard. You know, it was
Wow.
like, well.
The times
look,
are a-changing.
Christmas after. Or no, she got there at
Wyatt
8:30 at night.
Turnbow.
Well, was it Wyatt Turnbow?
Well.
Yeah, she didn't get there till 8:30 at night. I just remembered. So
On
we did
Christmas night? Or-
Yeah, so we did
okay.
Christmas on the 26th.
Wow.
So that was different. Which, my parents weren't actually upset, but I just made sure to remind them, you've had us for a pretty long time.
Seriously.
I'm 30, she's 27. You got us for a lot of Christmases.
Right.
So if they start to be
yeah.
look a little different,
It's like very rare to like actually celebrate on Christmas now, like for us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's every other year, I guess, but like, so it's not that rare. But 50%, it's pretty rare.
So
That's
yeah,
funny.
that's good. I got to play. It was like 65 on Christmas Day, 70 Christmas Eve. So golf with my dad the day before Christmas Day. A lot of pickleball in Uncle Johnny's driveway.
Are you still as addicted as ever to golf? Like,
Yes.
It hasn't gone down at all.
It has not gone down at
Okay.
all, especially because Florida. I played twice this past week in Florida, and I think it's the best 2 rounds I've ever played in my life. So now I'm itching.
So you're like, I am amazing.
And I can't. Yeah, it's like I don't even know when the next time we'll get to golf. So that's a bummer, but it's going well.
Let's go, dude.
But anyway, so yeah, family's doing good. Had some great just time with the other family members. So cousin Steve-O, who you know,
Yep.
former
Sir Speedy Slugger.
yes, former teammate
KC Reds.
on the Sluggers.
Yeah, baby.
So he
could jump a fence. I cannot.
that is what we know about him.
Yeah.
We also know that he has moved up to Madison, Wisconsin. He's doing medical
okay.
research.
From Kansas City, right? Like
Yes.
he was here.
Yeah, and so
Medical
he's like getting his
research.
PhD in research. So every time I talk to him, I learned something new that he's always like, now we don't totally know this, but here's what we're thinking. So
Okay.
it's always interesting. So I got some stuff. Oh, one of the things, I don't even know if I want to say this because it's like, Steve-O, are you sure? He is
Theorizing.
He is claiming
Yeah.
we are not doctors. This is not medical advice.
Good.
And this isn't even his department. He's just saying in the industry, we are starting to discover that you are more likely to have almost every like kind of illness or imperfection, whatever you call it, if you were born of a C-section.
Okay.
And they're not doing current studies. This is just looking at previous data that already exists, looking at how people were born and what they end up with. And I think the percentages are just higher for everything. Heart disease, allergies. Doesn't have to be major things, but it's just like anything.
I think I've heard something along those lines.
You're more likely to get it. Hey, 2 hands up.
Yeah.
Cousin Steve-O said so.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
I think I've heard that theory at least. Like it's like, yeah. After having 2 kids, you like hear stuff like that. Like,
I will say, while he told me this, it was Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dressed pretty nice. It's Christmas Day.
yeah,
Steve-O is wearing a workout shirt inside out,
inside out.
maroon sweatpants,
Yep.
and hiking boots.
Okay.
So imagine information coming from that. It's like, I don't know if I can trust it.
It's like the guy, there's no back alleys in Stratford, but the guy, on one of the main streets, just like tell you back in my day,
No back alleys.
no back alleys, no C-sections.
He's also telling us something else about like the placenta or something like
Okay.
that.
Oh, he's doing
uh,
some fun research.
My grandpa gets in the mix, and he's like,
We
"Oh
talking
yeah."
placenta.
He was
Get me
like,
in here.
"Oh yeah, cattle. They would eat their own placenta afterwards."
Okay.
And I was like, "Okay, here we go.
Now
Now
we're
more about
talking.
this."
Yeah.
And I was like, "How many like births were you like around for? Like, did you witness?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I mean, I don't know how many I was around for, but I've probably pulled out over 100 calves." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Oh yeah. You just, I think he just farmed cattle his entire life. So just like mama is laying down, maybe jerking around, maybe making noises.
Yeah.
Calf's not coming out right. You got to get in there and pull it out."
That I would quit the farming industry right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What is the correct way to pull it out?" And he said, "The front hooves and nose should come out at the same time." Because I was like, "What do you even yank on?" He said, "You yank on the front hooves, and you pull them out with the head." He
So
said, "Sometimes
you're having to get 2 hands in there at once.
Oh yeah.
Your own nose and hooves.
He
You're
said
on
that-
one hand on 2 hooves, one hand on nose. Is that what it is?
I don't know if one hand is in the nose. I don't know.
You get the nostrils and just pull.
He said a lot of times why they can't come out is because they're completely backwards. You
Yeah.
have to get in there and turn like an entire calf around, like you were inside of a uterus, and just flipping like a 40-pound
Oh my
animal
gosh.
around and then yanking it out.
How do you?
How do you learn to do that
How do you
without
do
the
that?
internet?
That's what you should get some C-sections on cows. That's what you should get.
Give
I
them
mean,
some allergies.
Yeah. I'm a C-section baby. You?
Oh yeah, me, Caitlin, and Steve-O.
Oh, yeah.
3 for 3.
It was hot back then.
Sure.
You know?
it was new, it was fresh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun.
Wow. Okay. So I love the image of him in what he's wearing. Like that's pretty funny to me.
Yeah.
You're like dressed up, and he's like, yeah.
The hiking
It's
boots
Christmas,
threw
you
me
know?
off the most. Like those should be like something you wear once a year,
Right.
if you're hiking in snow. Like even if you're just hiking on a path, like why do you need special shoes for
Dude,
this?
that's like classic like medical research guy though. Like he can wear whatever he wants to work. Probably
He's focused on one thing and one thing only, and
He's
that
like,
is the research.
He's like, I didn't think about what shoes I put on. I just saw some shoes and put them on.
I'm learning about the endocrine system. I don't have
Yeah.
time for this.
Did you guys play some Halo with the dads?
No, we haven't played that in a while. I think it's just like the Xboxes have like
Yeah.
keeled over.
My nephew's in town right now with my sister, and he just recently got Madden for his Xbox 360. He's 8 years old.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, seriously, which is kind of crazy. I watched the documentary and the next day he died.
Okay, I was pretty sure that his documentary came out. Me and the family were like, is John Madden alive? I'm almost positive. I need to call my dad and ask. I'm almost positive we Googled it on like Christmas Day. It was like, oh yeah, he did die a couple years ago. And we're like, oh,
really?
okay. And then 6 days later, it's like I had my own Mandela effect. I'm like, I swear,
really?
I was the one with the phone, but I swear somebody in my family told me he was already dead.
No, everyone like thought he was dead because he hadn't done anything for like 15 years. So it's like, he's just out of the picture.
That's a bummer.
But anyway, yeah, Cole got Madden for Christmas. And my sister texted me and she's like, hey, do you think you would know how to play Madden? Like if we brought it, like would you be able to play? And I said, my exact text was, please, ! If the day that Cole beats me in Madden is the day that I'll buy him a steak dinner. Is what I said.
Maybe a little prime rib before the tractor pull.
There you go. Exactly. I was like, I will be able to beat him for a long time at Madden. That's like my one game that I'm like pretty good at.
That's your video game.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
If you had to go professional, like try to play like in professional ranks in any video game, what would you choose?
Good question. It's got to be something old that I would have a leg up on people.
Yeah.
What would that be?
I think it'd be Madden. Maybe some King Griffey Jr. baseball on Super Nintendo.
Maybe Slugfest. I did pretty well in Slugfest back in the day.
Slugfest, though, you just never know because the computer always lets the other team get back in it.
I just remember I've always played with the Padres, and they were rated a pretty bad team. And I always
so,
did pretty well with them.
Yeah, Ryan Klesko just bombing it.
So maybe Slugfest.
Okay.
Maybe SSX Tricky just so I could play it a lot. Even if it wasn't that good.
Just a good excuse.
Just to play SSX Tricky on Tokyo Pipeline.
Oh, dude, that was the best one. Did you go with the guy with the big, huge red hair afro?
Orange pants, yeah.
I like Moby Jones. He was Australian. Or British or something. He always go, Moby Jones. That was my boy. Anyway.
Oh, good times.
So
I learned something this week.
Yeah?
I was at Wawa down in Florida. I was getting a little late night hoagie.
Underrated. Like me some Wawa.
It was awesome. Especially COVID's
not even
coming
underrated.
back.
We just don't know about it around here. People like it a lot. Yeah.
But it was the only thing open and I was hungry. So it was an oasis for me.
You got a hoagie?
Got a hoagie.
Yeah, baby.
And I'm feeling good. I'm throwing different things on. I'm like, I'm so hungry. I want to throw a bunch of things on this. And I get to like the dressings and the sauces. And I see everything seasoning. It's at the end of the list. You know, there's ranch, there's ketchup, there's mayo, there's relish, there's all this. And then I see everything. I'm like, why in the world? But I want everything in one seasoning. Like that is so gross. That is disgusting.
You didn't realize that it was like the everything seasoning.
I have now learned that it is actually a really good everything bagel seasoning.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
We have it at our house.
I would love some.
It's called Everything But the Bagel, and you get it from Trader Joe's.
Oh, everything but the bagel.
Yeah.
I was calling it everything bagel.
No, but it's like, but it's like the everything seasoning without the bagel on it. Is what I'm saying. We have
everything but no bagel.
Yeah.
Seasoning.
Oh yeah.
So
you're branching out, baby.
Who knew?
Yeah.
PSA, everyone out there.
Who knew spices are good on things?
Yeah.
Spices make things better.
Spices it up a little bit. And if it says everything seasoning, it's not a suicide. Like everything at the fountain drink. It's its own seasoning.
It's like mustard and ketchup and barbecue sauce.
Like, that's gonna be so gross.
Relish.
Why would Wawa have something called everything seasoning?
That's funny. Dude, I learned something probably as elementary as that this week. Maybe even stupider. Well, the tractor pull thing, first of all.
Well, we don't know.
We don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure. I learned that you can touch the outside of an oven and it's not hot.
Oh, no. You had been avoiding the outside of the oven?
Like, I've been like when the oven was on, we were like cooking like pizza or something. I'd be like, Bo, hey, get back. You're going to burn your hand.
Get back from the oven.
And there was one time where Bo was just putting his hand on.
That would be so dangerous.
I know.
If the outside was
That's what I thought. I thought that. I was like, I don't like that, Bo. Like,
that would be so scary.
Right?
Like, why ever cook anything in your oven if that's the case? That's with kids around?
I mean, I thought it was like, let's say it's 350 degrees inside. I thought it was like 200 degrees outside. Like,
still pretty hot.
Yeah. Like, I was like, wait, what?
Heart rate check. That got my heart rate up, Brad. Everyone, it's 87 right now.
87. Yeah, I had never, yeah. I was today years old when I learned that.
What a blessing, though.
Right?
I could touch the oven now.
Oh, I've been touching it all the time. Like, how's
Catherine
that
wakes
pizza
up in the
doing
middle of the night.
there?
You're just hugging it.
Yeah.
Putting your face up against it.
I had no idea, dude.
That's a good realization.
Oh, I felt like an idiot. But because at the top, it's like caution, hot top. They say that.
Hot top.
It's hot top, so why did they say
toppy?
Caution, hot front. I don't know.
Something else that I got made fun of a lot for this past week is playing a little game that's essentially like a any kind of fishbowl catchphrase type game. But it's this other.
I live for those games.
You ever play this one called like Poetry for Neanderthals?
Okay.
It's like catchphrase, but all of your clue giving words have to be one syllable. So you kind of talk like.
That's fun.
I think you're meant to talk like meat, red, cow, or whatever. My version, which no one else adapted this, but I go, ooh, this hurts me when it's hot and it's like a bee and it, ouch, sting me, whatever, full sentence. Anyway, I was doing some guessing, and let's just say the right term was mac and cheese, and I was certain it was noodles and queso. And I kept yelling it. She's like, noodle. I was like, ooh, noodle. Noodles in. And she's like, it's yellow. It tastes good.
You thought
noodles and queso. Noodles and queso.
You thought on the card was noodles and queso.
And it didn't.
Like, surely this game probably has noodles. Like, that's a thing.
I said it 4 times. I was like, she's not hearing me. It's noodles and queso.
Like, yeah, it's classic. Like, yeah, she's not hearing me.
She can't hear me.
That is so frustrating.
Noodles and queso.
When you do say it and no one hears you, so you move on. And you're like, I said that 5 minutes ago.
Tom Cruise. No, that was the last one. Oh,
noodles
yeah.
And queso.
Noodles and queso. That night we all went out to dinner, and I wanted the lobster mac and cheese, so I ordered noodles and queso. People got a kick out of that, but yes, I've been kind of a silly boy the last week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Silly young boy. Silly Toys R Us young boy.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about?
That's my rap name. Just someone else's copyright.
Toys R Us.
Toys R Us young boy.
Toys R Us, you're fine with.
Well, I'm trying to bring it back.
Gone. Yeah. Oh, man. You want to talk about F12 a little bit?
I mean, let's definitely talk about it this week later a lot. But yeah, what are you thinking?
Well, just FYI to the people out there, we haven't made this public yet, but we've decided to sell tickets for it.
Yes.
So the biggest bait and switch in history, baby.
Free event. Book your flights.
Free event.
Gotcha.
Psych. It's $10. Yeah. Basically, the venue only holds 150 people, and so rather than be stressed the whole time of are we gonna have too many people here?
That would be the main stressor leading up to that night, or even the day up. Would be how many people are going to be here? Is there space?
Yeah.
And so this is a great idea that Brad had to alleviate the stress.
Yeah. So my thought is, we will sell 150 tickets, and then if we sell out of those 150 tickets, we will sell
a second show.
We will do a second show. But so don't worry that you're not going to be able to go. Just get your ticket so we know it's like an RSVP. And you're going to help us alleviate some of the prices of actually
McLean's is charging us.
Yeah. So
to do this.
So yeah. And if for whatever reason you can't afford $10, let us know.
Yeah.
And
we'll figure something out.
If you're coming from Seattle, but you can't afford that extra $10, I understand. So, but yeah, we're going to charge some money for it. And that's the main announcement I wanted to say was that we have our tickets on our website, Ghostrunners.life. So check it out there.
Oh, you already put the tickets up there?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for doing that.
Which is funny. Some people, I never put any announcement. We've already got 7 people that have bought tickets. So some people are just I'm just going to go check out the website.
They never talked about this, but I guess I'll buy a ticket now.
Well, we had a lot of people be like, where can I get my tickets for this? And we're like, you don't get tickets.
Just show up.
Yeah. And then I was like, that doesn't seem like a good idea, just in case we're way more popular than we think we are.
No, I think it's a great idea. So we have a pretty good idea of how many people are coming. We can plan around that and get the right amount of seats. There's just a lot that's going to help to know.
Exactly.
Yeah, we haven't seen each other in 3 weeks, but I think we've each been individually thinking a lot of thoughts about the night, and I'm excited. You have a 35-minute set under your belt.
Yeah, I mean, I can go. I can make it 45 if you want to, baby.
See, I'm going to have to write completely new stuff because I don't want people to, who've come to a show to hear the same stuff again. So
no, I mean,
I'll try to write all new stuff, and
we'll figure it out what we want to do. But
yeah, it's going to be fun. It's coming out.
It's
a little over a month when this comes out.
Wow. So F12 is going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Buy your tickets. Ghostrunners.life.
One other thing I want to talk about is, so this kind of comes from an office, after I had this thought, I was like, oh yeah, this is in the office. I think it's Women Appreciation Day, where Michael is just he says something that you hear a lot growing up, whether it be, I think more typically in the Christian subculture, but look, women aren't supermodels, all right? They don't look like the magazine covers or whatever.
Right.
It was I had a funny realization.
Even the hot ones aren't that thin. Is that what he says? Something like that?
Yeah. It's just a funny thought that I think we have almost preached look, growing up, you're going to expect women to be beautiful. Get that out of your heads right now. All right. Women aren't supermodels. They're not tall. They're not skinny. All right. Like you're used to seeing online or in magazines or even not even Victoria's Secret supermodels, just hand models.
Yeah.
They're not that great. So get it out of your heads. All right. Do you feel like that was the teaching we got
was like this idea of like, yeah, just
really, really lower your standards.
like, guys, it's like you see my wife, right? Like, I mean, she was better 20 years ago, but not great. Well, look at yourself, first of all. Like, you think you
Take a
deserve
look at
like
her.
a supermodel?
No, they don't exist.
They don't exist.
No one looks like that.
No
Seriously, no one.
I mean, not in the Midwest.
No. I just like that. I heard that so much. It's like,
That's funny.
You don't want to look at pornography because no one looks like that. Well, those aren't even real people you're seeing. Those are AI bots.
Those are robots.
That's not. It's truly made up. Not a single woman is attractive.
No, I've never met one.
So have a pure heart and mind, because real women are ugly.
That's such a
Let's
random
pray.
thought.
I don't know why I had that thought. It's just funny.
That is funny.
So women don't look like supermodels. How far are we into this episode? Let's see. One other kind of funny story that I think you'll appreciate. Isaac was telling me, just like, he's giving me all these updates. He's met our neighbors. Oh,
Did you end up going to that Christmas party?
No.
Okay.
I had other stuff going on that night.
Okay.
I don't know if Isaac and Harrison did not end up making it over. But Isaac met one of the women who lives next to, or one of the women who lives close by to us, and he sent Harrison and I a voice memo yesterday. He's like, the old women always find me and they love me, because Judy's favorite was always Isaac. She would always call Isaac, and
He's
she
a
loved
sweetheart,
him. Yeah. And I guess Pam is our new Judy.
Okay.
He said they talked for about 30 minutes, and a lot of it was about alcohol. So stay tuned.
Okay.
And this was the same woman who, on the invitation list, it was like things that'll be included in the party: beer, margaritas, spirits, cocktail. Like, there was no like games, no activities, no snacks, just like different types of alcohol.
This is the same. She was hosting the party.
I
Pam?
think it's the same woman.
Okay.
The house over from that is a guy named Roscoe that Isaac and I used to be in a chicken and pickleball league with. We're like, oh, yeah,
No
we love
way.
Roscoe. Yeah.
Like right down the street.
Two houses over is Roscoe.
Oh, wow.
We learned that, so it's hilarious.
Okay.
Anyway, the story,
What a small world.
Isaac and his friend were playing catch in my current backyard, which is not very big.
Mm-hmm.
And being the 8-year-olds they are, this is the same friend who I think scratched the TV with him. The football went over the fence.
Yes.
And they're like, should we hop a fence? That feels like a little kid thing to do.
Yeah.
Let's go to the front of this other house, not Pam's, and let's ask if we can go to the backyard. So they knock. Cheryl answers the door, and Isaac's like, introduce himself. Actually, just moved to that house over there. Me and my friend were playing catch, and the ball went over your fence. I was just wondering if I could go get it. And she's like, yeah, of course. Go back there. Grabs the ball. He's walking back to the living room, and I guess Cheryl's like, you know what? We got all this room in the backyard. Do you want to play catch in my backyard? And Isaac's like, sure. And so Isaac and Briley just like have all this space and just played catch for like an hour in Cheryl's backyard. And Isaac said Cheryl watched them.
Wait.
She was just like this older woman who was just like so proud.
Is this the woman like in the backpack, like the large, like lot of...
Yeah, right there.
Yes.
Who has like 3 acres.
Yeah.
And Isaac's like, dude, it was awesome. We got to run routes.
Yeah.
And we had so much room. Cheryl watched us the whole time, and she said, come over whenever we want. So I think we're going to go over there again and play football again. So
That's amazing. Yeah, I heard he told me that story too, and he said like,
sorry.
No, it's okay, but like, yeah, there's she has a woodworking like shed or
oh,
something
yeah,
as well.
yeah. But she doesn't use it that much.
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
Isaac's like, this is perfect.
can you finagle your way? Yeah.
It's like a big barn kind of thing.
Yeah. And like, I think it used to be a woodworker or something like that.
Yeah, it's weird. Like your whole subdivision, like it's like all these newer houses, 20 years or less probably.
And I think she's just been here way longer.
They've just like camped out on this land. They have a couple acres or something.
3 acres and a pond.
Oh, there's a pond back
It's just
there?
in the middle of suburbia.
Yeah.
Which
you feel bad for them.
Yeah, but also whenever they do decide to sell it, that's going to be worth
They're gonna
so
do
much.
just fine. Yeah, I agree.
So
Yeah.
there's
That's
something.
funny though. I like that.
Yeah, just a cute little story of Isaac playing catch in Cheryl's backyard.
Well, yeah, Isaac's already like getting the good graces with my aunt Cindy. Two streets down. Like,
Yeah.
she's wanting him to move stuff for him and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, anytime. So he's a nice guy like that.
Nice guy.
Nice guy.
Something that came from the shows. Oh, I want to say shout out to Matthew, who came to the first Minneapolis show. He was like this, I think 16, maybe 17-year-old kid, came to the show by himself, waited around, said hi to me, was in Ghostrunners merch. And I was like, dude, you're here by yourself? And he was like, yeah, none of my family wanted to get a negative COVID test, so I just came by myself. I was like, dude, that is so
Wow.
awesome. Like, thank you so much for being here.
Commitment,
and
dude.
coming. I forgot about that. That was like 3 weeks ago.
Matthew.
So Matthew, big
My
fan,
man, yeah.
was at the show. Another thing that has been happening more and more recently is people asking me in person when they see me like, so I know a while back you kind of were, I think, joking, and you and Brad were like, if the Chiefs don't make it to the Super Bowl, we're going to shut down the podcast. Like,
Is that true?
were you joking?
Yeah.
Multiple people have asked, so I feel like I need to address it. That's obviously a joke. We would not
What?
base like
No.
one, this really fun thing. Two, this like thing that's become like a side hustle for us. And
Yeah.
three, just this thing that impacts so many people based off of like the performance of a sports team. Of
Speak
course
for
we're
yourself.
joking.
No, speak for yourself. No,
Brad
but
is done.
Yeah, I'm done.
I will continue doing it.
Yeah.
So just needed to address that.
I think that should be the new inside joke is like, if this happens, then we quit the podcast.
And there's always something.
Yeah.
Like, guys, if you're the praying type, we
Right.
could use it.
Man, yeah.
Because
I mean, if Pete Davidson doesn't get back up on that stage by midnight, we're done with this podcast.
if Cheryl's name next door is spelled with a C, we are in big trouble.
I think it's time for us to quit it right there. You know,
There was right then and there.
if NBA young boy ever becomes NBA old man, we're done.
If John Mellencamp ever wins an Oscar, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, we're done. It's over. So
So yeah, needed to address that.
that's really funny. Yeah, the people. It's funny. Like we'll write stuff for Jean Shorts, and I'll always be like, I mean, surely people understand this. And you and Trey will be like, you'd be surprised,
You gotta
man.
dumb it down for him.
like at the end of one of our videos, we had Bo in one of those videos for the parenting thing.
Oh yeah.
And Jake was like, it was really cool to have my son here, whatever. Which I guess that's a little bit more understandable if you don't know who we are. But yeah, so many times in the next few videos, like, wait, Jake's single? I thought he had a kid.
Would love to see Jake's kids in more videos. Whatever. Yeah. It's like,
It's like, oh no, it's a joke.
oh,
That was Brad's boy.
it's a joke.
So
NBA Brad's boy.
NBA Brad's boy. Brad's boy. Anyway.
Brad's bow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, first episode back. I know we have a bunch more to talk about, but we'll probably record again here soon, so we'll leave some stuff for that. Skip the voice memos today.
Yes.
Brad, what is your review of the week?
Oh, let me pull it up.
Let me tell you mine.
Thank you.
Izzy Zimmerman titled her review, "This podcast changed the course of my life."
Izzy Zimmerman. OG.
Fan the flames. She says, "Wow. Never in my life did I think listening to two random strangers halfway across the country would actually change my life in any way. Yet, here we are. I started listening in 2020, and after my friends suggested I listen to them, and Hot Dog was that a good suggestion. I ended up meeting Jake at Universal Studios. We both just happened to be in Florida at the same time. What a coincidence. And at the same time, I had no idea what I wanted to do as a career / where I wanted to go after college. Jake happened to randomly ask me if I was working at Kanakuk that summer because I go to Liberty, and a lot of Liberty people usually work at camp. And all the times I heard them mention their camp experiences, not once did I ever think, boy, I'd love to work there. Bummer.
Okay, we need to do a better job of that.
I, of course, told him no, but God had different plans. I couldn't get Jake's question out of my head, and God used it to push me to apply to camp. Very long story short, I ended up working at Kanakuk in the summer of 2021, and it absolutely changed my life. Where am I at in the sentence? Through camp, I have no capital words here, Izzy. I'm having a little trouble. All right,
Dude, that is a thing for whatever Gen Z or whatever.
I cannot tell when the sentence starts.
It's amazing.
Through camp, I have realized God wants me to have a career in ministry. All of the friends I made from camp were pushing me to Dallas after I graduate to hopefully start a career in ministry. If it weren't for listening to this podcast, I don't think I ever would have considered working at Kanakuk, and I would have never met my camp friends, and I would have never had a desire to move to Dallas. To say I'm thankful for this podcast is an understatement. Izzy. That's cool. Well said, and thank you for sharing that with us. That's cool. And cool that we played a part in the course of your life.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Happy for you. I think you made a good decision. Kanakuk's awesome. Dallas is awesome. I lived there. Brad was just there. You'll get recognized there. People take pictures of you there.
People love you there.
People love you there.
December 21st, 2021, Brant Blodgeter wrote the review, Perfect Christmas Cookie. Let me tell you about it, guys. Hey,
I
Jake.
thought that was it.
No, that was the title.
Got it.
Hey, Jake, I wanted to tell you that I completely agree with you about those cookies with the Hershey Kisses in the middle. The only thing that can make them better is using Rolo candies instead of Kisses.
I disagree.
The sweet caramel from the Rolo melts to the entire cookie, making it the best holiday dessert. Love the pod, Brant Blodgett. Let me tell you guys real quick.
His name is Brant Blodgett.
Brant Blodgett. Brant Blodgett. Yeah, Brant Blodgett. Let me tell you, Brant Blodgett is one of so many people that whenever I brought up the whole Hershey Kisses crap cookie thing, everyone's like, yes, except for instead of a Hershey Kiss, do this. Yes, instead of a Hershey Kiss, you use a Rolo or a Reese's or something. Yeah, that's why it makes it better, because the Hershey Kiss is what's so bad about it. Okay? So all the people that are like, no, I like those, I just change this one thing about it. That's not the same.
It's like saying, like, I didn't have a good time in, Los Angeles. Well, if you were there when it wasn't raining, and there wasn't as much smog, and it wasn't shut down because of COVID, you would have liked it.
You would have loved it.
It's like, yeah, I know.
And the Lakers were in town. NBA Youngboy.
When I was there,
Yeah.
I didn't like it. If things were different, things have changed.
So many people like sent me other recipes that were similar, and I'm like, that's not the same.
That is not what I was arguing
That's not
against.
the same. Oh yeah, one of the best things was like, so I put it up on my story one time, like, are these good or are they trash? And like the first 3 or 4 people that commented were like Knack Baxter, Blake Kuhn, Chelsea, like all these people from Ohio. And then somebody responded back and they said, those things are so Ohio. And
Oh,
like,
no way.
That's like a negative like word. Like the word Ohio is like a bad thing to them.
So
And it cracked me up. Like all
So
these people
Ohio.
that had commented were from Ohio. And then this person said, oh, those things are so Ohio. And all those people that commented from Ohio said it was good. So anyway,
That's funny.
I've decided I'm going to really take that to my grave, that those things are not good.
I tried to make them. I went to a store and
You
they were
tried to make them?
Yeah, I wanted to. And they were out of Hershey's Kisses. And I was like, this is pre-Christmas. I was like, I can only imagine the demand is so high for this exact recipe.
Gosh.
Hershey's Kisses and sugar cookies that they're out of Kisses.
I don't remember exactly what I said the first time, but of course I'm not going to hate on like a ball of sugar. Like, yeah, it's still sugar.
You'll be able to get it down.
Yeah, but I'm never choosing them. Never choosing them.
There were other people
No one is.
who were like, I never thought about eating them the way Jake described them. I'll try that out. Which I don't even know what I said. I can't imagine it being
I think
that
you said
novel
you
of
like
an idea.
took the tip off first or something. I don't know.
Of course.
Anyway,
Brad, would you like to end this episode with a jingle?
I would. I wrote a little quick jingle for the New Year's
Brad Ellis is the writer of this one.
mid-year.
Okay.
What's the word? Milieu. That's what he says on The Office.
Okay, Pete.
Okay. All right, this is just a quick one.
A cappella. 2 words.
That's right.
Learned that
Very
a
good.
while ago. Like
With-
5 years.
Yeah.
A coma. Also, sorry.
What?
Also 2 words.
A coma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ready?
Every time. Also 2 words.
Not always. Really? Always?
I think so.
Everyone, not always.
There you go. All right can be. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'll let you go.
I'm all right. You hear about that guy that lost his,
Okay, I'm
his
done,
legs?
I'm done.
Thanks to our fans that listen to us every Monday morn, and love that we tell about our lives and Brad's kids being born.
Bum.
We hope you'll join us on F12. It'll be a real great time.
Hey.
We'll enjoy an honorary McLean's Monday for Auld Lang Syne.
I measured my heart rate during it. 83.
Dang it.
You got me going.
Did I?
Not bad.
87. 87 is my new standard, though, baby. That's going to be like the new thing. Like, dude, I'm laughing so hard.
Oh, look, 95.
Look at this. You got me to 94, bro.
I love the heart rate. Oh, that's not going to last long.
we are
Dude,
about
hey,
to-
good jingle. Sorry. Good
Yeah,
jingle.
thank
Great
you.
mix, too.
Yes.
I also had the thought, this is the only jingle that's ever going to be able to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
No copyright there, unless you
welcome.
sang it too good.
I doubt it. We're about to go open our gifts from people that.
Thank you in advance.
Thank you in advance
for
for
whatever you got us.
They were
You
clever,
guys get us Christmas gifts every
thoughtful.
year, and we don't ask for it.
Unbelievable.
And Kirsty, amidst a new job and a kid on the way, her 3rd kid, arranged all these Christmas gifts to be gathered, to get all the money, to then ship them and everything. So
It's amazing. You guys are all amazing. So,
yeah, thank you all, and hope you guys enjoyed the last week's episode. It's kind of weird not having a YouTube version of it. I got no feedback.
I know.
I was like, did they like it?
I had
Hope
the same
so.
feeling. Yeah. It
I
was
have no idea what they like.
You got so used to all the YouTube comments.
I know.
So
Missed it, but we're back, YouTube.
we're back.
I also
baby.
forgot about the jingle that Heatherly wrote from this perspective of my future wife.
Oh, that was
Re-listened
awesome.
to it. I was like, dang, forgot how emotional this one is. That was really good. That was my favorite part.
That was good. Heather Lee's awesome. Everyone's awesome.
Everyone's awesome. I'm Down Boyz, especially awesome. I love you guys. So good to see you. I miss you. And NBA Youngboy, hey, just keep cranking out the hits, baby.
Yes, that's what we've always said. That's what we've always said in this podcast.
Hey.
If NBA Youngboy doesn't keep cranking out the hits, we're done.
We shut down the podcast.
Yeah, I take it back.
I send it back.
All right. Love you guys.
All right. Thanks for listening to our podcast.
Bye.
Bye.
Ghostrunners podcast. Every